because you doing this, and this for her, she's supposed to marry you. What's up, y'all? How you feeling? Welcome to Relationship Talks with the Xperience.
So, this is a channel or a station, so to speak, where we'll talk about marriage, life partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, current affairs, business, parenting.
Yeah, this is the spot to be when you want to know all those things she mentioned.
So, me being the optimistic life enthusiast, Eric is more of the bold, opinionated, raw, and uncut. Wait to see what we bring to you.
I don't agree with those opinions about...
So, what would you say instead?
I would say that you are very loving, caring, drawling, but you're my girl. You're my
And
wife.
what would you say about you? If I'm drawing, what you say?
I'm misunderstood.
That's
but
raw.
I can get in your ass.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
If you play with me.
And uncut. There we go. Raw and uncut. Married 11 years, together 17.
Yes.
Plus, it's almost actually 18.
And I'm counting. I love it. I love it. I love it. We stacking.
If y'all want to get to know us and our opinions on different things, then you definitely got to watch Relationship Talks.
This is where it's at.
Also, we wanted to be interactive, so we need comments. We need you to say what it is that you feel. Who are you? You Team Pam or you Team Eric? Team Eric or Team Pam?
Yeah, roll with the winners.
So
I like to be on her team, though, because I'm Kyrie and she LeBron.
what? No, you're LeBron. I'm Kyrie.
Nah,
he always try to downplay
nah.
it, but it's not.
Nah.
I want to know who you agree with. And it's not no right or wrong answer. It's just all about, like, what people think, what they feel. That's really our goal. That's our whole purpose for doing this.
We're not here to judge. Never. We just here to build better relationships.
So we just hope to accomplish with doing relationship talks. It's like building a community of people who think alike or people who could really get advice from us, being as though we've been together almost 2 decades.
Yeah, blood don't make you family. It's relatability.
Definitely.
In my eyes.
So this should be very, very fun. Seeing what he thinks about different things.
No, wait till you see what Team Pam got to say. Don't let that smile fool you.
So I said today, it took us a minute to figure out what we wanted to start off with. So how you feel about people living together before they get married?
Me personally, you have to live together before you get married. And I say that to say because you need to see what's going on with this person. How they sleep, how they clean, hygiene, how they take care of bills, responsibilities. What would you think?
Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about the downside first. Then we're going to talk about the upside so that way we can end on positive notes.
Cool.
So, downside to living together beforehand. People get comfortable. Like, way too comfortable. They be years in.
Well, speak on comfortability because when you living together, I would think you want to be comfortable at home. So, speak on it.
Because, like, all right, sometimes people get so wrapped up into already living together that they just be like, all right, is this what we're going to do? We're not going get married because what's the point?
Well, I mean,
we've been together that long.
Speak on marriage. Like, you really feel like getting married is something that you should do before
you move together?
You move together?
No. I do think that you should live with somebody before marriage. Do you agree? Do you think you should live together? Okay. So we agree on the fact that we do believe that people should live together before marriage. But however, I think there needs to be a conversation and it needs to be like a time constraint on it.
Me personally, I think definitely conversate because communication, builds nations. But I'm saying putting a time frame on it, I think you should let it, take place. Like, let it form, let it build, let it...
Nope.
Who y'all agree with? I think you should let it build. Not, we got to get married by February 10th.
No, but when you do anything, you should do it with a goal in mind. Even if you buy a car. But even if you buy a car, you don't say, this is the last car I'm ever going to have. You buy the car with the intent saying, all right, I'm going to have this car for 2 to 3 years. You should move in together with those same intents. All right, we're going to try living together for 2 to 3 years and then renegotiate or talk about our relationship moving forward. Not just, all right, we're going to move together and then people be together 12 years in and they be like, I'm still trying to figure out if she the one. I don't know if he got what I'm looking for. Like, come on, be for real.
As long as you live, whether you're with me or not. Be for real.
You put it, I agree with that. Where it's a conversation like, all right, we gonna get together, we gonna move together, and we're looking to get married. So, all right, in the next 2 to 3 years, let's really, start talking about what's the direction. Not, oh yeah, we're gonna get lit together, and now February 10th, I better be married, or that. But the way you just put it, that makes a difference. So I agree with that.
And I also think that, like, marriage not for everybody. I completely understand that because I never planned on getting married. Like, in my list of goals, marriage was not it. I wanted a life partner or somebody to just be with for a long, long time, but I never planned on getting married. So I think that needs to be a conversation, too, before people move in together. Because a lot of times people be like, oh, she want to move in together to get married, and that might not even be the case.
Like you said, y'all need to start talking about everything before you just start shacking up. Don't assume. Actually sit down and conversate. Say what's on your mind. Let her speak so y'all can come to some conclusion. I agree with that.
So how do you think they should start the conversation off?
Get right to it. So, all right, I'm feeling you. I like you. We gonna get together. Let's move together. All right. Yeah, we building. We spending all this time because time is the most important thing. We spending all this time. What we doing in the next couple years? I think you should say it just like that.
So pretty much just lay out the expectations. I think this or I feel this.
I mean, expectations, I don't like to set those because you'll end up being disappointed. But just talk. Just talk. Never stop talking. Continue to talk. In any relationship. I'm talking about any. But if you feel like marriage is on your mind, let's talk about it. Like, don't assume, oh, because I cook, clean, and we share these bills, he gonna marry me. He's supposed to marry me. And vice versa. Don't assume because you doing this, and this for her, she's supposed to marry you. Don't assume. Talk about it.
So I like bold statements. I don't like when people like beat around the bush and say, I was feeling at the time of... I hate that. I think we should. I don't want to. I agree with. Like, I need bold statements. So when laying out like expectations, and I think this is like a keynote for people to do whether you in any type of relationship. Say what it is that you truly mean and stand by it.
Please do.
So if you guys are deciding to move in together and you like, you know what? Right now, I think we should live together and let's see how the next 2 or 3 years go. And then we can start to talk about marriage. But for some people, they might be like, I have no intention on getting married. You might not want to move with that person if your intention is to get married. Bold statements, be honest.
Please be honest to me. Please. Please. I agree.
So do you think that there's less commitment when people move in together? Because they feel like, oh, he or she is always going to be there because that's who I reside with.
I feel like it's case by case. Everybody don't think the same. Everybody don't move the same. So it's really based on what you and your partner is dealing with at the time. I don't think it's less commitment. You just said marriage is not for everybody. So we could be building on just being life partners.
So Kimora Lee loves to do commitment ceremonies because she I guess the word I would be looking for is she wants to be able to have a sense of security. She said it's security. Those are her words, not mine. But a sense of security. So that's why she does the commitment ceremony. But she also doesn't want it to affect like her finances or to skew anything with her children.
You just said be bold. So she was married before to somebody that was wealthy. Obviously, she has paperwork in place where she gets money from it.
So she want to protect it.
There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to her. Yo, you got to live this thing how you want to live it. You only get one time to do it. Live it how you want to live it.
So, if that's the downside, what you think the upside to living together before marriage is?
You building a case study. You into this person. So
a case study?
Yeah.
What class you in?
You getting first-hand material on, yo, I like this girl or I like this guy. But now y'all living together. Oh, he snore or she farts or... I think it's very, very, very needed. Y'all should move together before you think about spending the rest of your life with this person.
So I feel like the upsides could be like compatibility. You'll figure out if you actually are compatible with this person.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, they say opposites attract. For other people, they need like-minded. It's about compatibility. What are you looking for? What are they looking for? And can y'all like coexist together? Also, statistics say that living together before marriage can potentially decrease divorce rates.
Well, I don't know who they
Polled.
Yeah, I don't know who they polled, but like when we decided to first live together, it was a time of change in our life. Wouldn't you agree?
What you mean by change? Like it was...
We went from living on our own to now we're going to live together. Now we're going to do everything together. Now we're going to...
Okay. Oh, so I would honestly say, and you can correct me if you feel as though I'm wrong, when we decided to live together, it was of convenience.
Meaning?
That was like on our list of hierarchy, like the top 3 reasons why we should live together. The first one was convenience. We lived on 2 completely opposite ends of the city.
Uptown,
Then you did like a mid shift, so you were like a 12 to 8, whereas my job was more like a 9 to 5. So even trying to get the kids like together, because by the time we had lived together, all right, we was 2 kids in.
Yeah.
Whatever, judge your mama.
Definitely judge your mama.
Can I bang my gavel now?
So
I'm living mine.
So when we decided on our list of like top things or top reasons as to why it made sense for us to live together, one of the top things was convenience, because based off of convenience, it was easier for you to help me with the kids, help get them wash and dress for bed, and even like just helping me clean up when you came home from work, like after dealing with them and I had them ready for bed. The house might be a mess and it might be toys and stuff everywhere.
I mean, 4 hands is better than 2. I agree with that. But after the kids is done, of course, it's convenient because you got in-house love, if you know what I mean. So it was convenient, I guess.
It didn't hurt that we were also in love, 2 kids and living together.
And
so
we
that
love
didn't hurt.
to hug.
Yep.
That's what you gonna say?
It's convenient.
What if my mom see
hug.
this? What if my mom see this?
Miss Pam, I love you. And we have 2 beautiful kids because we love to hug.
I can't. Raw and uncut. He told me he wasn't raw and uncut. This is raw and uncut right here, right now.
I'm
Yo.
here one time. I want y'all to remember it. Keep me on your mind. I'm here one time.
Woo! Bold and opinionated.
That's what they say, but
Mm-mm-mm.
depends who's saying it.
Would you do it again? Like if we had to, like how our timeline went? Because, I mean, we had, like I said, we was 2 kids in. Then we decided to move together. And then we've only lived in like 3 different places.
What are you speaking to, though? Like, what would I do what again? Exactly.
Would you do like...
How we lived our life, would I do it over?
Would you want to live together before marriage again?
Yes. Especially if the end result would be getting to the point we at now, I would do it again.
Now, we almost 2 decades in, right?
Yeah, count it up.
So, with that being said, the way we did it, would you be okay if our son or our daughter did it?
I would advise our kids to experience life living with somebody before they decide to commit their life to them. I would advise them, yes.
Okay.
Keep your own, just in case, things go left, because things go left. But
what you mean by keep your own? Because sometimes people be having like a half a foot in and the other person be all in. Like,
no, not half a foot in. You committed to the process. You committed to the goal. You said we're gonna move in. But I was saying, of course, by the time I would think my kids want to spend their life with somebody, they have their own residence. They have their own place where they lay their head. So keep your mortgage, keep your lease. Don't give that up because you in love. Let it, play out and then make a move. But I would, do it. Do it. Because you're going to find out if they leave this toilet seat up or down. You're going to find out if they clean dishes after they eat. You're going to find out what's up, how they get down.
What's 2 quirky things that you learned about me once we lived together?
Define quirky so I don't get it wrong.
Like, just different. Like, all right, like, I didn't know you snort until we lived together.
How organized you were with, like...
Wanting stuff to be in a certain place.
That. Also, how you like to control the remote to the TV. You know, when we dating, she come through. Of course, I'm going to toss it the remote. Go ahead, do your thing. But you always got it in your hand now. I didn't know that.
Bold statements. I like those.
I didn't know that.
So I like to be able to do bold statements. I grew into that because I wasn't always that bold. Top man, I learned from you, raw and uncut, bold and opinionated. Boop. I learned it from you.
That sounds like comfortability, right? She said when you spend a lot of time together, people get comfortable. So.
Yeah, I definitely got comfortable. Says the person who waited 6 years before you was like, all right, maybe we should start talking about moving to the next level in this relationship.
I like to take my time with things because I have had bad experiences rushing.
So what, 6 years? I mean, you was literally at a turtle space.
No, I was at Eric's pace. But
Eric's pace is a turtle space.
I'm sorry you felt like that, but I felt like, would you have waited? Will the 6 years... Is the 6 years a problem if we're at this moment right now?
No, now it's not a problem. Before, back then it was.
So it was worth the wait.
I mean, I don't know if I want to wait for chicken wings for 6 years.
Oh, I'm better than chicken wings, baby.
That's what we gonna say is both statements.
I'm crab legs on a Sunday afternoon. I'm better than chicken wings, baby.
I cannot.
But yeah, like, yo, don't let nobody speed your process up. Walk it. How you talk it? Walk it. Make sure it's right. Make sure it's something you want to do because marriage is a big commitment.
It is. Marriage is a big commitment. Living with somebody is a big commitment.
Come on.
And I don't know if people know that
changing.
Signing a lease is still a contract. You
Definitely.
owe it.
Definitely.
So you got to make sure that whoever you're signing this contract with is worth.
Y'all doing good business.
How about it?
Stand on it.
Is worth it. So I don't know. I like it. I agree with it. I think you should. What'd you say?
Move in
Yes.
wholeheartedly. Do it.
So we are both actually agreeing on this topic where we think that you should live together before you get married. Now, I come from a more like traditional background. You come from...
Let's speak on what traditional background you're talking about. What do you mean?
Like bold Christians who feel like this is what the good book says. Don't do this. Go this way.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
And yeah, my parents wasn't married. So I learned a lot of relationship things from just observing and watching others and saying what I like and I like that about their relationship, but I don't like that. And it's trial and error.
So you feel like your upbringing was, like I said, mine was more traditional.
Unorthodox.
Okay, so unorthodox. All right, okay.
I believe in building your own traditions.
Same.
So that's how I feel. But
So-
yeah, let's speak on, you was raised, you should do it this way. It should go this way. If it's not going this way, it ain't.
And I ain't do it that way at all.
And
I ain't do nothing the way that my family told me to do. We'll talk about that in a different episode, though.
sure. But look how you smiling. There's a lot of people that do the things that their family want them to do, and they ain't smiling.
How about it? You gotta follow your heart, follow your dreams, and do what it is that you want to do with your life. At the end of the day, when you wake up, it is you who wake up, and you're like, oh, I'm living this particular life. I drive this car. I live here. I do this particular job. So make the decision for yourself.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that have the idea of what marriage should be or a relationship should be, but you don't really find out what the relationship should be until you go through a relationship. Anybody can tell you, yeah, you with this person, you should be doing this, but you doing it don't feel right. The person that's receiving what you doing ain't liking it. But the person that gave you the advice ain't there living with you. Ain't going through it with you.
That's true. So do you think that living with someone before marriage, do you think it creates a problem or do it solve a problem?
I feel like it solves a problem, but it's all about mindset. It could go either way. It's how you approach it.
Okay. So, in moving together and cohabitating before you take your relationship to the next level. Because every time you cohabitate, it doesn't necessarily mean you're preparing for marriage.
Nope.
So deciding to level up in your relationship and cohabitate together, I'm all for it. Yay! I'm cheering you on. Go, 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 go.
Yo, handle your business. Take the risk. No risk, no reward. You're not going to know what it is until you go through it.
Very, very true.
And, just learn from the lessons that you are going through. They're not losses, they're lessons. Learn from them.
So, I would like for you to go into the comment section and say, do you agree with Pam and Eric? We agree that you should live together. Do you agree? How was you brought up? Is it Orthodox? Is it more traditional and Christian based? Is it faith based? Because it's a whole lot of different faiths out there.
For sure.
So let us know what you feel, think, and you can also go to murrayxperience.com and see different things that we put up, different conversations that we have, other videos that you can watch. We're also here on YouTube, and yeah.
Yo,
we're
let's
around.
keep the conversation going and the drinks flowing. Let's do it.
That is iced tea. We around. Holla at us.
My son's iced tea.